Okay, so hi, welcome back. We're still on the topic of trauma. So, a quick backstory. I'll tell you a little story from my childhood days. Yeah. So, um, I grew up with just my mom. Not necessarily grew up with my mom, but then my dad died quite early. Um, and after my dad died, I barely know him anyway. So after he died, I had to stay with my cousins. Yeah, distant cousins actually. So I stayed with them for over 10 to 12 years of my life. Yes, I stayed with them. I left after my primary school. I started staying with them all through my secondary school. So I have this trauma of bullying where I have anxiety when I see people shout or yell at kids. I I get very aggressive about it because I was once in that shoe. So yeah, I grew up with my cousins. They were like my family. They catered for me after I lost my dad. I really did not feel like I only had one parent because I I didn't grow up with my siblings. Yeah. So my cousins took responsibility of me all through till I was about to enter into the university. So during that time, I'm not going to lie that my life was different. My life was very different. In as much as I grew up in comfort, I was very comfortable. I I went to a good school. I went to a very conducive school. I schooled with ease. I I was part of people that they drive me down to school and bring me back home every single day. They were really very sweet. I'm not even going to lie. They were very, very sweet. They were part of people that spoilt me and made me very lazy. Yes. But then along the line I started having issues, issues upon issues where not even with my aunt but with her kids. There's a particular one that was a thorn. She became a thorn in my flesh. She said something to me one day. I'm just trying to wrap up. I'll give a proper story time, but I just want to put it out there. So there was a time where after my school we're just talking about okay, um I actually wanted to study law. Yes, while I was growing up, I've always said I wanted to study law. I want to be a lawyer. That's what I want to do, and all those kind of stuff. That has always been my childhood dream. But yes, just maybe in the future, do I still have the brain to pursue that? I don't know. But then I've always wanted to study law. But situations and circumstances attached to it, I couldn't achieve that. So what deviated my mind was I had this cousin that she said one thing to me that changed my entire mindset. She said, you want to study law? Who is gonna train you? Is it my father's money that you intend to use to go to school? Because she wanted me to do secretariat study, and that's a very weird course for me because in my head I was like, what do I need that course for? I know I had the brain, I know I had the ability to like get that law degree bagged, but then discouragements were all over me. This my cousin kept on emphasizing on the fact that it's not so easy to train a law student, it's not cheap, and the fact that her father has to like take the responsibility of it and all. That changed my mind. It changed my entire life. I I had to deviate from what I actually wanted to study. She became mean. She became she became bad to me actually. Like I said, I'm going to give a proper story step by step, but I just want to put you through the trauma stages I had to go through. At this particular point in my head, okay, it's just very unfortunate that my dad is dead, and it's not like my mom had the financial capability to like cater for us at that time. So I just had to like manage with them, endure everything that comes with it. Let me let me take a little break. Every single day I pray that myself and my husband, God is gonna help us to be in a situation where we would give birth to kids, look after them, groom these kids, train them. Do not let anybody train your kid. Do not let anybody cater for your kids. Or one earns from your mother's. I always tell my mom this thing. I told my mom, I said, look, even if I get married tomorrow, my children are not coming for holiday to stay alone. I not gonna permit that. They can only come if I intend to come over for holiday. Aside that, my children are not traveling to any brother, sister, or whatever. That's a trauma. Because I don't want what I went through when I was growing up to reoccur. I don't want my children to have the kind of trauma and the kind of upbringing I had. I really had a very rough childhood. When I mean rough doesn't mean that I didn't get resources, but then emotionally and mentally, I had a very, very rough childhood, which till date, I am still battling with a lot of things. Like I said, I am still trying to heal. So I want us to like heal together while in this platform. It's this particular incident creates anxiety and makes me feel like every single thing someone does for me, I have to like reciprocate it, like I am indebted to somebody. Oh, Jennifer, take this biro. I always try to like get you back that biro, just so that you don't use it tomorrow and say, oh, you did this for me or you did that for me. That created that mindset. To cut the whole long story short, I didn't study law. I studied mass communication. That changed my entire life. I didn't go to school with them because of the whole back and forth thing at home. I'll definitely give you, like I said, I'll give a backstory, a full gist. It's a long one. You're gonna cry, you're gonna laugh. Yeah, I didn't study law. I had to study mass communication. That's after I had to leave their apartment and I came back to my parents' house. And that's another series entirely. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, because I came back, my life became rosy or easy or whatever. No, it wasn't. I still had my own difficult time while I transited from my cousin's house down to my parents' house. It was really war. It was really a very chaotic transition. I'm not going to lie. But then I just stay tuned, like, share. I'll bring you more gists, personal true life stories. Just relax. I still remain safe space with Jane, a platform built for you to air your view, talk about your trauma, heal from them, and live life. Okay? Bye.